Uchiha clan begs, 8 years seclusion, I return. Episode 1, the clansman kneels and begs to come out of the mountain. The ninja world, the land of fire. 50 miles away from Konoha village, there is a continuous mountain range, which is undulating and steep, and is called Rigao Mountain by the villagers in the nearby villages. On the top of Rigao Mountain, surrounded by clouds and mist, there is a dojo in it. The interior is extremely spacious and can accommodate 100 people. However, there is only one young man in such a wide dojo. The young man with black hair and sword eyebrows, with handsome appearance and extremely elegant temperament, is sitting cross-legged in the center of the dojo like a nobleman at this moment. There is also a black tachi on his legs. One person, one knife. It's like heaven and man are one. Sudden. The young man opened his eyes suddenly, and the light of thunder bloomed from the pupils, and then rose into the sky. The daggers on both knees were also pulled out at the critical moment, and the sharp sound resounded through the entire gymnasium. Thunder's breath 1 type thunderbolt flash 8 consecutive. Thorn tilde. Lightning blooms. A golden lightning flashed all around, and bursts of thunder exploded, as if struck down by thunder. Immediately after a loud roar, the golden thunder light spread instantly, rushing from the inside of the dojo to the outside, stirring up the air with ear-piercing explosions, and the clouds and mist rolled over and over again. Who tilde? The soaring figure fell down, exhaling lightly, looking at the thunder and lightning remaining in the air. The corners of his mouth drew a gentle arc. His name is Uchiha Liua. Is a time traveler. More than 20 years ago, he traveled from Earth to the world of Hokage and became a baby of the Uchiha clan. As a time traveler, he also traveled to the Uchiha clan, so he naturally thinks that he is the so-called son of destiny. In the future, he is destined to be like other traversers, kicking Uchiha Madara and crushing Otsutsuki Kaguya. With this confidence, Liua started her ninja career. Entered the ninja school at the age of 5, was in the same class as Sanin, and snatched the title of chief student from Orochimaru. Started Sharingan at age 6. Graduated as Genin at the age of 7. At the age of 15, the Sharingan was promoted to the 3 Gyu. After that, in just 1 year, he achieved such a big name, and won the title of the strongest genius of Konoha's younger generation, which can be said to be full of ambition. However, just when Liua thought her brilliant career would continue, she encountered the first setback in her life. When I was 16, the conflict between Konoha and Sand Shinobi intensifies. Because Liua's performance is too dazzling, Sand Shinobi thinks it is the rebirth of Uchiha Madara. If she is allowed to grow, Konoha is likely to appear a second Shura. In this fear, Liua is on Sand Shinobi's must-kill list. Not long after that, Liua was attacked on a mission to the Land of Winds. The one who attacked Liua was the Sand Shinobi team led by the future 3rd Kazekage. Jonin squad led by cage-level ninjas. This is a terrifying team that can kill even the super strong. At that time, Liua was facing the biggest crisis since time travel. However, it was also because of this siege that he awakened his own cheat. This cheat is called the check-in system. As long as you sign in on time every day, you can get rewards. Relying on cheat, Liua got away with it. After experiencing this life and death crisis, he completely put away his pride as a traverser. Knowing that his strength is average, far from reaching the level of Otsutsuki Kaguya or Uchiha Madara, there are many people in the ninja world who can kill themselves. So after learning from the pain, Liua decided to retreat and practice hard. After returning to the village, he moved out of the clan area and came to Mount Hidaka, 50 miles away from Konoha village, by himself. And in the blink of an eye, it was 8 years. 8 years. Liua was a little emotional, and then opened the system panel. Check-in system. Host, Uchiha Liua. Sign-in time, 8 years and 1 day. Sign-in rewards, Sun Wheel Knife, Mangekyo Sharingan, Junior Sage Body, Black Particles, Breath of Thunder, Breath of Flame. Looking at the awards he has received over the years, a smile appeared on Liua's handsome face. After 8 years of penance, his strength has reached high-level cage level. Although the high-level cage level is not as good as Uchiha Madara's immortality, it can be regarded as the top combat power in today's ninja world. Now if he came out of the mountain, not to mention the entire ninja world, but it is still no problem to roam the country of fire. Certainly. Even so, he didn't intend to go out. Instead, I want to sign in for a few more years, and it will not be too late to exit after obtaining the eternal Mangekyo. At that time, he will have eternal eyes, not to mention the ordinary cage level. Even if Uchiha Madara strikes, he will have the confidence to fight against it. Thinking of this, Liua put away her thoughts, adjusted her breathing, and prepared to continue training thunder breathing. But before he raised his long sword, he sensed a large wave of chakra approaching the dojo. A trace of doubt flashed across Li Yue's star-like eyes. After all, after staying on the mountain for 8 years, except for a few people, no one has ever been here again. Now a bunch of people are here. What happened? As soon as this idea fell, there was a movement outside the dojo. I saw hundreds of Uchiha people wearing green vests with the emblem of the Uchiha family standing in front of the dojo, with solemn expressions on their faces. The Uchiha ninja, the leader, suddenly half-kneeled on the ground. Hundreds of Uchiha ninjas behind him also knelt down with a whoosh. The Uchiha tribe seeks to see Master Li Yue. The patriarch died in battle in the Frost Kingdom in the early morning of the day before yesterday, and the clan has no leader. The village took the opportunity to attack and wanted to reduce the power of the security department of our clan. Konoha was built by the ancestors of the family and the Senju family. The position of Hokage should have been owned by my Uchiha family, but my family never fought for stability. I only took the post of the security department, but even so, the village still refused to forgive me. Press harder and harder. Now that the family is in danger, all the ninjas of the Uchiha clan, I beg Master Li Yue to come out and revive our Uchiha clan. Episode 2, Uchiha becomes a watchdog. Although Konoha was co-founded by Senju and Uchiha, the position of Hokage has always been controlled by Senju. First Senju Hashirama and Senju Tobirama, and then Senju Tobirama's direct disciple Sarutobi Hiruzen. On the other hand, Uchiha, who is also the founding family, only got a post in the security department. During the second generation period, although second Hokage Senju Tobirama restricted Uchiha everywhere, it was not too dark, and the benefits that should be given were not small, so the security department was also considered a real power department, not only managing Konoha security and defense, but also having the right to control wood leaf-size ninja. And the captain of the security department at that time was Uchiha Kagami. Uchiha Kagami is the guard of second generation again. With this relationship, even if the Uchiha clan does not have the position of Hokage, they still play an important role in the village. However, the good times don't last long. With the death of second Hokage and Uchiha Kagami, Uchiha's situation suddenly changed. The new third Hokage Sarutobi Hiruzen, who appears to be kind and benevolent, has a very dark heart. During his 10 years in power, he has successively reduced the power of the security department for various reasons. After several reductions, the Ministry of Security has only 2 powers, security control and patrolling. Although Uchiha is dissatisfied with this, Konoha is not as good as before, so he can only swallow his anger, hoping to gain stability through concessions. But what Uchiha didn't expect was, my own concessions did not bring stability, but more severe suppression. Just the day before yesterday, the patriarch died in battle in the Land of Frost. As an elder, Shimura Danzo proposed to reduce the patrol power of the security department at that time. Originally, the patrol and defense power of the security department was assigned to the Uchiha clan, which led the Hyuga, Aburame, Inuzuka, Moonlight and other clans to guard the safety of the village. But under Danzo's proposal, it became the Hyuga, Aburame, Inuzuka, Moonlight and other clans to cooperate with the Uchiha clan to guard the safety of the village. Although leadership and coordination are just 2 words. But the power has changed dramatically. Commanding means that the Uchiha clan is higher than the several clans and is the boss of the several clans. But collaboration has become equal. In other words, from now on, the status of the several clans is equal, and there is no distinction between high and low. For Uchiha, this is absolutely unacceptable. Because there are only 2 powers left in the Ministry of Security. One is the power of public security control, and the other is the power of patrol and defense. The power of public security control sounds good to manage law and order, but bad to say it is urban management, which specializes in dirty work that offends people. If the patrol defense rights are still reduced, then Uchiha will really become Konoha's watchdog. Inuzuka, Aburame, and Hyuga families, in addition to patrolling, also have positions such as the head of the investigation department and the interrogation department. As the founding family, Uchiha, who owns Sharingan, can only get a job as an urban management officer. Who cares about that? So facing the pressing of the village, Uchiha wants to resist. But when they wanted to elect a new patriarch, and then dismissed Shimura Danzo's proposal, they found that the family was a bit out of touch. That's right. Uchiha is very strong, every tribe is an elite. But among these elites, there is a lack of people who combine prestige and strength. Several older Uchiha ninjas have enough prestige but not enough strength. A powerful elite jonin like Uchiha Fugaku is too young and lacks prestige. If he serves as the patriarch, it will definitely cause dissatisfaction among some clansmen. Thinking about it, the Uchiha tribe finally remembered Li Yue. Started Sharingan at age 6. Graduated as genin at the age of 7. At the age of 15, he opened 3 Tomoe Sharingan, and achieved great fame, known as the reincarnation of Uchiha Madara. Even though she has been in seclusion for many years, the legend of Li Yue is still circulating in the clan. Moreover, the tribe members who regarded Li Yue as their idols were all in their 20s, and they were the backbone of the family. If Li Yue were to be the patriarch, no one would object. Thinking about this, the Uchiha clan made an instant decision. That is to go to Rigao Mountain, please Li Yue to come out of the mountain. You mean the patriarch died in battle? A gentle voice came. The Uchiha people who were half kneeling on the ground looked up one after another, and then saw an extremely handsome young man coming out. The young man was wearing a long robe with a black sword pinned to his waist. His smooth black hair was draped over his shoulders. With his star-like eyes and handsome face, he looked like a nobleman. Brother! Uchiha Fugaku, who was half kneeling on the ground, shouted in surprise when he saw his eldest brother. Lord Li Yue? The rest of the clan looked at Li Yue blankly. It has been 8 years since Li Yue left the village. Although Li Yue was very handsome 8 years ago, she is not as handsome, noble and elegant as she is now. Seeing Li Yue, who was so out of this world, the Uchiha tribe woke up with joy in their eyes. Although I don't know Li Yue's current strength, but this dusty temperament alone is enough to convince them. Get up first and tell me what happened. Li Yue said softly. Yes. Hundreds of Uchiha people stood up and followed Li Yue into the ashram. After sitting down, Uchiha Fugaku spoke hastily. Brother, let me talk about the family affairs. He is the younger brother of Li Yue's mother, a few years younger than Li Yue. Originally, after the patriarch died in battle, the family proposed to let him be the patriarch, but he flatly refused. Because Uchiha Fugaku knew that he was not good enough regardless of his strength or prestige. And in his heart, there is only one person who can be the new patriarch. That is the big brother I have always admired. As Li Yue's younger brother, he knows how strong his elder brother is. Compared with his elder brother, his own strength is like an ant compared to an elephant, which is not worth mentioning. Li Yue nodded. Uchiha Fugaku, who received the answer, told the recent events in the village. After listening to the narration, Li Yue flicked his sleeves and asked calmly. So, the third generation is attacking the family again? Episode 3, The Brazen Third Generation. Brother, the power of the security department must not be lost. If the power of patrol and defense is reduced, the life of the family in the village will be even more difficult. Uchiha Fugaku Kaido with a sad face. Third generation is an old fox. It is not easy to keep the right to patrol and defend from him. Li Yue chuckled. Having read the original book, he knows what kind of person third generation is. Authoritarian and hypocritical. In the original book, third generation has done a lot of authoritarian things. For example, passing the position of Hokage to the fourth generation, but hypocritically continuing to hold the power of the village on the grounds of teaching Minato. After Minato's death, he could obviously elect fifth Hokage, but he was unwilling to let go of power, so he returned to the position. How could such an authoritarian person allow Uchiha to take power alone? And you can know it from the original book. The security department of the later generations is an alien version of the city management. From this, it can be seen that Uchiha did not retain the right to patrol and defend at all. That's why it is necessary for you to come out and preside over the overall situation. Uchiha Fugaku spoke hastily. Hearing this, the other Uchiha people also stood up while looking at each other, then half kneeled on the ground again, and said loudly. Master Li Yue, please come out of the mountain and take the position of the patriarch of the Uchiha clan. Come out. Li Yue waved his large sleeves, then shook his head. Even if I go out of the mountain, it won't change anything. The patrolling power of the security department will definitely be reduced. After all, our Lord Third Generation is the strongest Hokage in history. Speaking of this, Li Yue couldn't help laughing out loud. Although he stayed on the mountain for 8 years, he paid much attention to the outside world. The Second Ninja War ended at the end of last year. Third Hokage also became the biggest contributor to World War II. That's right. It is Third Hokage. Originally, World War II was won because masters such as Konoha's Whitefangor and Sannin worked desperately on the battlefield, and it had nothing to do with Third Hokage, who was nested in the village to operate, greedy, plan, life, fear, strategy, death. Available under Sarutobi Hiruzen's superb political tactics. The propaganda of victory in World War II has long since become. Under the wise leadership of Third Hokage, Konoha achieved a great victory. Close black lens bracket. Yes. It is the wise leader of Third Hokage. As for the deeds of Konoha's White Fangyo forcing back the Sand Shinobi puppet army by himself, and Sannin taking his life against Hanzo of the Salamander, it was like a giveaway and was not mentioned a few times at all. Sarutobi Hiruzen, who obviously didn't go to the battlefield, has been hiding in the village, and his strength is also the bottom of the previous Hokage, won the title of the strongest Hokage because of this. When Li Yue heard this title, she laughed outright. At the same time, some admire Sarutobi Hiruzen. I admire the other party for being so thick-skinned and able to do such shameless things. When he was not on the battlefield, he not only took all kinds of credits, but also won the title of the strongest Hokage, without being ashamed. Certainly. I have to say that the promotion is very effective. Sarutobi Hiruzen's prestige thus reached its peak. Now that Sarutobi Hiruzen has a stable position and a lot of prestige, Uchiha can't resist at all if he wants to reduce the security department's power of patrol and defense. Even if the eldest brother can't stop it, please return to the village to take the position of patriarch. Uchiha Fugaku said hastily. He knew Third Hokage's determination to reduce the power of the Ministry of Security. But no matter whether Li Yue can stop it or not, as long as Li Yue returns home, the family will have an extra pin of Dinghai Shenzhen. After all, Li Yue is a strong cage-level player. A family with a strong cage-level leader and a family without a strong cage-level leader are completely different concepts. With cage-level support, even if Third Hokage reduces the power of the security department, he will not dare to continue pressing, so that Uchiha can breathe. Yes, Master Li Yue, you can come out of the mountain. Now all the clansmen only believe in you, my lord, Li Yue. The Uchiha clan needs you now. My Uchiha clan is obviously the founding clan of Konoha. It's fine if I didn't get the position of Hokage. Now even the power of the security department has to be cut again and again. What does Konoha think of our Uchiha clan? Now it is time to reduce the authority of the security department, and the next step is probably to kick our family out of the core of power and completely suppress our family. Hundreds of clansmen spoke one after another. Li Yue frowned and didn't reply immediately. On the one hand, he wants to continue to retreat and leave the closed door after obtaining the Eternal Eye. The other side couldn't let go of the Uchiha clan. After he traveled to the Uchiha clan, he did not suffer all kinds of grievances like in the novel. On the contrary, because of her strong talent, she was cultivated by her family, and her life and resources were all the best from childhood to adulthood. More importantly, the Uchiha clan has a great vibe. Don't think that the Uchiha clan are all arrogant and conceited people. In fact, Uchiha is very united and has a good attitude towards the tribe. It is not like a branch house like Hyuga. Brother, do you want to watch the family be suppressed and the glory of the Uchiha clan be ruined from our generation? Seeing that his elder brother didn't reply, Uchiha Fugaku became anxious. The glory of the Uchiha clan? Li Yue was a little dazed after hearing this, thinking of the sorrow and demise of the Uchiha clan in the original book. Now that I am a member of the Uchiha tribe, do I want history to repeat itself? Thinking of this, Li Yue came back to her senses, glanced at the half-kneeling clansman in front of her, and the corners of her mouth slowly curled up. You are right, the glory of the Uchiha clan should not be ruined in our generation. As he spoke, he stood up, swung his long robe back, and lightly stepped on the floor with his bare feet. On his handsome and elegant face, there was a smile as light as water. Go back to the village. The third generation wants to attack the Uchiha clan. I wonder if he has asked my opinion. Episode 4, Crouching Dragon and Phoenix in Konoha Village. Konohagakure. Third Hokage, who is in his prime, stands in front of the window, smoking a cigarette while looking at the scenery outside the window. Danzo, are you saying that Uchiha Fugaku and Uchiha Ming took most of the Uchiha clan's ninjas to Mount Hidaka? That's right. Danzo nodded, and said with a cold face, Hiruzen, you should know the purpose of the Uchiha clan going to Mount Hidaka. Uchiha Fugaku is Li Yue's younger brother. And Uchiha Ming is the elite ninja of Uchiha. After the Uchiha patriarch died in battle, these two were the most qualified to become the new patriarch among Uchiha's younger generation. But now they went to Mount Rigao together. So you don't have to think about what Uchiha is up to. Ri Takayama, Uchiha, Li Yue. Third Hokage narrowed his eyes, and the wrinkles between his brows deepened. He vaguely remembered the boy from 8 years ago. At the young age of 16, he displayed a terrifying talent and was called Uchiha Madara Rebirth by the ninjas of the village. Later, he was besieged by Sand Shinobi, and escaped from the battlefield by himself, and survived successfully. When he heard this, he was shocked for a long time. Because among the Sand Shinobi team that besieged and killed Li Yue, there was third Kazekage who had already become Kazekage. The Jonin team with cage-level experts, not to mention others, even myself, dare not say that they can deal with it. Although Li Yue left the village later, she never appeared in front of everyone again. But the impression this young man left in his heart was still so deep. Second Uchiha Madara. A haze flashed in Third Hokage's eyes. What Konoha needs now is a Uchiha who can behave like a dog. Not the mighty Uchiha who can end the troubled times. And Konoha doesn't need a Uchiha Madara-level ninja either. If this kind of ninja really appears, is he still eligible to serve as Hokage in this third-generation project? Thinking of this, Sarutobi Hiruzen's expression became heavier again. Hiruzen, Uchiha must be going to invite that kid back to the village. Once that kid returns to the village, Uchiha's strength will definitely be greatly improved. It will be difficult for us to reduce the power of the security department, so we have to guard against it. Danzo said in a deep voice. Sarutobi Hiruzen agreed with it. But if you agree, you agree. His personality is kind and tolerant, and it doesn't fit his personality to target the same village family and ninjas. Immediately, with a straight face, he deliberately reprimanded. Uchiha is a member of my Konoha. The stronger they are, the stronger the village is, and Li Yue is the ninja of the village. We should welcome him back to the village, not guard against him. Danzo twitched. He didn't expect his old friend to be so hypocritical. Obviously, he doesn't want to see Uchiha become stronger than himself, and wants to reduce the power of the security department than himself, but every time he talks about things, he always puts on a magnanimous appearance. However, he is no stranger to third generation's hypocrisy. So he suppressed his dissatisfaction and said, "Since you don't want to deal with it, then leave this matter to Jen." After finishing speaking, he turned and left without waiting for a reply. Sarutobi Hiruzen watched Danzo leave, but didn't say a word the whole time. Obviously just said not to guard against Uchiha. But when Danzo wanted to act, he didn't stop him, but took a default attitude. So I don't know if Sarutobi Hiruzen said what he said just now. After Danzo left, Sarutobi Hiruzen looked away, looked at the stone statue and Hokage rock through the window, and finally sighed faintly. Everything I do is for Konoha. I think the Uchiha clan will understand my painstaking efforts. It seemed that he had found a reason to comfort himself, and the originally gloomy eyes gradually eased. Immediately after Danzo left the Hokage office, he returned to Root Base. The Grey Dog. Master Danzo. A figure wearing an animal mask appeared, half kneeling on the ground. That kid from Sarutobi's house, should he still be drinking? Danzo, who was on crutches, spoke quietly. Your Excellency, you mean Sarutobi Shinosuke, the eldest son of Lord Third Generation? The Root Ninja asked in a low voice. Danzo nodded slightly. The eldest son of Third Hokage Sarutobi Hiruzen is named Sarutobi Shinosuke, 17 years old, Konoha Jonin. Although this guy is the son of Hokage, he has a hobby, that is, he likes to drink, and he likes to go crazy after getting drunk, and often conflicts with the security department that manages public security. However, since Shinosuke is the son of Hokage, every conflict is turned into a trivial matter. The reason why he brought up the other party was because he wanted to use the conflict between Sarutobi Shinosuke and the security department to test Li Yue's strength and attitude towards the village. If Li Yue is as close to the village as Uchiha Kagami, and his strength is not too strong, then it's okay. But if he's as rebellious as Uchiha Madara, and ridiculously strong, then he's ready to go. Certainly. It would be even better if it could be used to frame the security department for abusing its power, and then take advantage of Li Yue's return to the village to catch Uchiha by surprise and complete the power reduction of the security department. Thinking of this, Danzo said meaningfully, Sarutobi Shinosuke also clashed with the security department because he was drunk today? Danzo-sama, Sarutobi Shinosuke didn't have. The Root Ninja named Kangu replied, but before he finished speaking, he realized what Danzo meant. Did Sarutobi Shinosuke conflict with the security department? So now to sow dissension and create conflicts, won't there be conflicts? Kangu, who understood, hesitated for a moment, and his tone became hesitant. Yes, but Hokage-sama. Snort. Danzo snorted coldly, and stared at Kangu sharply. You only need to listen to my orders, and ignore Hokage's side. Yes. Kangu nodded, and then disappeared instantly. Seeing his subordinates leave, Danzo withdrew his gaze, stood quietly in the darkness, and talked to himself after a long while. Although I use Hiruzen's son, everything I do is for Konoha, and Hiruzen must agree with me. After speaking, the body disappeared into the darkness and disappeared. If Li Yue were here at this time, she would definitely laugh out loud. At the same time, she lamented what evil Konoha had done. These two crouching dragons and young phoenixes came out. Even the tone of speech is the same, and it's because of Konoha that he doesn't move at all. For Konoha? Deliberately cheating friends for the sake of Konoha, and then persecuting the same village family and ninjas? What an above-board reason. If first generation and second generation are still alive, I wonder if they will slap Sarutobi Hiruzen and Shimura Danzo and tell them that they are slapped for Konoha. Episode 5, Uchiha is nothing more than a watchdog. Konoha Village Gate. Because Mount Hidaka is not far from Konoha, the group returned to the village in just an hour. Hundreds of Uchiha ninjas, led by Lee Yue, walked on the streets of Konoha, causing passers-by to turn their heads and talk in whispers. These people are ninjas from the Uchiha clan, right? Why are the ninjas in Uchiha all gathered together? Could it be that they are going to perform a mission? I don't know, but don't you think the leading Uchiha ninja looks familiar? Passers-by and ninjas peeked and whispered. Look familiar? Someone heard this and looked at Lee Yue carefully, then seemed to remember something. His eyes widened instantly, and he exclaimed, Lee Yue, Uchiha Lee Yue. Uchiha Lee Yue? Everyone muttered silently, and then came to a sudden realization. Memories of the original 8 years of Fengchen flooded into my heart, watching Lee Yue's handsome face slowly overlap with the boy from 8 years ago. It's really him, the Uchiha genius of the year. I heard that he left the village and chose to cultivate alone. I didn't expect to come back now. The patriarch of the Uchiha clan died in battle, and the position of patriarch was vacant. Uchiha Lee Yue returned to the village. Could it be that he is going to become the new patriarch of the Uchiha clan? Uchiha's new patriarch? Passers-by exclaimed. The village hasn't changed much, but the clock on the clock tower seems to have changed. Listening to the exclamation of passers-by, Lee Yue walked in the forefront, looking around. A trace of nostalgia flashed in her eyes. Brother, that clock was changed last year. Uchiha Fugaku explained with a smile. Lee Yue nodded, and continued to walk on this familiar yet unfamiliar street. Memories of the past slowly came to her mind. However, it didn't take long for him to remember, and a roar sounded, waking him up from the memories. B********************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************** exploded, startling people. People turned their heads and saw a tavern on the street ahead, and two groups of people were gathering at the entrance of the tavern. A group of people were wearing green vests with a red belt tied around their arms, obviously members of the security department. The other group consisted of a few drunks, also wearing green vests, with Konoha forehead protectors on their heads. At this time, a young man among the drunks was drunkenly grabbing the collar of a member of the security department. His face was full of shame and anger, and it was obvious that he was the one who uttered the roar. "It's that kid again." Uchiha Fugaku frowned, showing some dissatisfaction in his tone. "He is." Liua took a look and felt that the young man looked familiar, but couldn't remember it for a while. "Brother, you forgot, that guy is the eldest son of third generation, Sarutobi Shinsuke." Uchiha Fugaku reminded in a low voice. "Sarutobi Shinsuke?" Liua thought about it, and finally remembered. Although that guy is the son of Hokage, he likes to drink, and every time he drinks, he likes to get drunk and make trouble, and often conflicts with the security department. But the opponent is the son of Hokage, so we are the ones who suffer every time. Uchiha Fugaku explained. "Yeah?" Liua showed an inexplicable smile after hearing this. As soon as he stepped into the village with his front foot, this happened to his back foot. If it's a coincidence, it's too coincidental. And if it was a coincidence, what happened to the few little mice who hid around and didn't dare to show their faces, only peeping? It can't be to welcome him, can it? Thinking of this, he swung his wide sleeves and smiled lightly. Go and have a look, and see what some people in the village are thinking about. Uchiha Fugaku was taken aback for a moment, and then a look of surprise appeared on his face. He heard that Liua's tone was wrong, but Liua had already walked over, so he couldn't allow him to think too much, so he could only follow quickly. A group of people walked in and heard the dispute between the two sides. "Sarutobi Shinsuke, this is not the first time you have been drinking and making trouble. Do you really think that you can do whatever you want with your identity as the son of Hokage? You guys, stop meddling in your own business." "Meddle in your own business? As members of the security department, we have the right to manage the security of the village. Master Shinsuke is the eldest son of Hokage-sama, so there is no room for you to speak rudely." "Spoken words? What a bad word. You are so arrogant because you are relying on Sarutobi Shinsuke's identity as the son of Hokage. Without this identity, what are you?" A guard tribe shouted angrily. It is not the first time that Sarutobi Shinsuke got drunk and made trouble. But every time, because of the identity of the son of Hokage, the big things turned into small things. Hearing the same words now, the members of the security department naturally couldn't bear it. "What did you say?" Sarutobi Shinsuke's face, which was originally flushed from drunkenness, suddenly turned livid. He is indeed the son of Hokage. But as the son of Hokage, he doesn't have the talent of Sarutobi Hiruzen. Usually no matter what you do, it is extremely mediocre. Even Jonen's identity was barely obtained because Sarutobi Hiruzen specially chose a relatively simple task for him during Jonen's assessment. That's why he hated people saying that he was the son of Hokage the most in his life. But he is mediocre and cannot do without this title. Because he knew that once he lost this title, he would have nothing. Wanting to get rid of this name, but unable to get rid of it, this also caused Sarutobi Shinosuke's psychological distortion. So the words of the Uchiha tribe obviously hit his pain point. The irritated Sarutobi Shinosuke's eyes turned red, coupled with the anesthesia of alcohol, which made him speechless, looked at the people in the security department, and shouted viciously. What a security department to control law and order. What are you Uchihas? You are just the watchdogs of the village. How dare you meddle in my business? Episode 6, it's not yet Sarutobi's turn to be presumptuous. In the noodle restaurant, there are no seats. A little girl about 10 years old with long red hair and a delicate and lovely appearance was looking around. When she saw that the seat was full, her face was wrinkled, she was really cute. Student Kasina, we have vacancy here, do you want to come together? At this moment, a gentle voice sounded, startling Kasina. Is it really possible? Kasina was overjoyed and turned her head to look. Immediately, he saw a blonde boy about his own age. At this moment, the boy was looking at him with a smile as warm as the sun on his face. Kasina, who was a little happy at first, saw this person, her small face collapsed instantly, and then she muttered in a low voice. Why is this guy? The one who invited her was her classmate, Namikaze Minato. But the impression of Namikaze Minato in her heart is not very good. Obviously looks like a girl and has no sense of security, but likes to talk big, saying that she wants to be a Hokage. And more importantly, every time she was teased and bullied at school, Namikaze Minato watched from the sidelines without stopping. All kinds of deeds made her feel a little bad about Minato. Kuskina-san? Namikaze Minato looked at Kasina, who had been silent for a long time, and couldn't help shouting again. No need, I'm full. Kasina turned her head arrogantly and snorted coquettishly. She doesn't want to sit with a nasty guy. Ha 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 ha, I didn't expect our little son to be rejected sometimes. Yamanaka, who was sitting next to Minato, couldn't help laughing. Ahaha tilde. Namikaze Minato scratched his head in embarrassment, and was about to say something, but a roar came from outside the noodle shop, interrupting his words. What a security department to control law and order. What are you Uchihas? You are just the watchdogs of the village. How dare you meddle in my business? The shouts of anger resounded throughout the street and spread to the shops on both sides of the street. The people who were eating were instantly quiet. Uchiha? The village watchdog? The faces of the people on the street and in the shop turned pale. I didn't expect someone to be so bold as to say such a thing. Who doesn't know that Uchiha is the founding clan of Konoha? Although Uchiha gives people an impression of arrogance, the villagers of Konoha still sincerely regard Uchiha as a member of Konoha. Now someone is insulting Uchiha as a watchdog? This word spread, to put it lightly, is to offend the Uchiha family. To put it more seriously, it is to provoke the relationship between the village and the Uchiha clan, and it can be executed as a spy. Gulu tilde. Who is so bold, dare to say such a thing? Yamanaka swallowed his face with difficulty, and asked with a pale face. Although he is young, he also understands what can be said and what cannot be said. Let's go out and have a look. The smile on Namikaze Minato's face had disappeared, replaced by seriousness and seriousness. Although this has nothing to do with him. But he loves the village and regards the people in the village as his companions, so he never agrees with the idea that the Uchiha clan are the watchdogs of the village. It's really troublesome tilde. Nara Shikaku sighed, grabbed Akamichi Choza, who was still eating noodles, followed Minato, and walked outside. What happened? Kasina, who had turned her head down, also looked towards the street, and after seeing the four of Minato going out, she hurriedly followed. A group of people walked out of the noodle shop, and then saw a group of people gathered not far away. A drunk young man was glaring at the security guards, and the words just now were obviously from his mouth. It is the eldest son of Lord Third Generation, Lord Sarutobi Shinosuke. Nara Shikahisa said in a low voice. Son of Hokage? Kukina and Minato were taken aback for a moment. They didn't expect that the person who said this would be the son of Third Generation, which made them a little unbelievable. After all, Third Generation's acting skills are good. Therefore, in the eyes of most village ninjas, Third Generation is a gentle and kind elder. The Third Generation is so benevolent, logically speaking, as the son of the Third Generation, Sarutobi Shinosuke should also be like this, instead of saying such vicious words like he is doing now. You mean, Uchiha is Konoha's watchdog? At this moment, a deep voice sounded, waking up Ju Zinga and the others. Several people looked along the voice, and then saw a young man with an extremely handsome appearance and an extremely elegant temperament. So handsome. Kasina stared blankly at the young man, never thinking that there would be such an elegant person in the world. Who is he? Namikaze Minato asked curiously. No, don't know. Nara Shijiu and the three shook their heads. Although they are 2 years older than Minato, they are only 12 years old. How could they know Li Yue, who has been away from the village for 8 years? You mean, Uchiha is Konoha's watchdog? While several people were discussing, Li Yue repeated what he said just now, and walked up to Sarutobi Shinosuke. The original clear and gentle gaze became extremely sharp at this time, sweeping across Sarutobi Shinosuke like a knife. Sarutobi Shinosuke was inexplicably panicked by this glance. But the words have already been spoken, and as the son of Hokage, he has long been used to lawlessness. How could he bow his head? So he boldly snorted coldly. So what? As soon as Sarutobi Shinosuke finished speaking, before the voice fell, he felt a tingling pain on his cheek. Snap tilde. The applause sounded. Li Yue slapped Sarutobi Shinosuke's face with a slap, slapped Sarutobi away, and fell hard to the ground. His originally resolute face swelled instantly, and blood overflowed from the corner of his mouth. The audience was silent. Everyone stared blankly at this scene. Unexpectedly, Li Yue would attack suddenly, and the person who hit was the son of Hokage. When everyone was stunned, Li Yue had already spoken softly. Before you say such stupid things, I hope you remember that Uchiha is the founding clan of Konoha, and the place where you Sarutobi clan live today was built by me, Uchiha. The glory of Uchiha. It's not your turn to be trampled by the Sarutobi clan. Episode 7, The Lackeys of the Sarutobi clan. Uchiha is the founding family of Konoha. Uchiha's glory can't be trampled by the Sarutobi clan. These few words hit people's hearts like a sledgehammer, and they hit the hearts of all Uchiha people, making all Uchiha people's eyes red. Uchiha has been squeezed since the Battle of the Valley of the End. First, second Hokage's restrictions everywhere, and then third Hokage's connection suppression. Although the Uchiha clan was angry, they were powerless to resist and could only retreat again and again. In the past 20 or 30 years, the Uchiha family has never been so stubborn. Announced in front of everyone. Uchiha is the founding family of Konoha. Even if the Sarutobi family produced Hokage, they are not qualified to be compared with Uchiha. It's really nice, so handsome. Kasina, who was not far away, watched this scene, and this idea unconsciously popped up in his mind, and his face turned red instantly. People do forget that Uchiha is the founding clan of Konoha. Nara Lujiu on the side said lightly. Yes. Yamanaka Heiai and Akamichi Choza nodded in agreement. The current Uchiha is continuously suppressed by the third generation, and the security department in charge does not have much power left at all, so many people forget how powerful Uchiha was back then, and combine with Senju to end the entire troubled times. But with Li Yue's slap, people seem to recall the glory of Uchiha back then. B***************************************** D. How dare you attack Master Shinosuke? At this moment, a roar sounded. I saw the two Sarutobi clansmen following Shinosuke full of anger, and then rushed towards Li Yue. They were so drunk that they didn't even remember who Li Yue was. But even if they think about it, they are not afraid. Because they are the Sarutobi clan, and third Hokage is the patriarch of the Sarutobi clan. Now Hokage's eldest son is being slapped in public by the Uchiha family, which is a shame for the Sarutobi family. How could the Sarutobi clan, who had long thought they were superior, endure such humiliation? As he spoke, he rushed to Li Yue, raised his arm and wanted to shoot Li Yue. Ants on the ground dare to provoke an eagle in the sky? Li Yue looked at the two people rushing and said softly. The moment these words fell, his arm was pressed on the tie-dow at his waist. Breath of thunder, one-shaped thunderbolt flash. Thorn tilde. There was a piercing thunderclap. Under the horrified eyes of everyone, only a golden thunderbolt flashed, and the two Sarutobi ninjas who had rushed froze in place, and their heads fell heavily to the ground with the spray of blood. When the people around saw this, their eyes widened and they screamed instantly. Dead. Ordinary passers-by were terrified and backed away. But those ninjas were shocked, wondering if they had read it wrong. F.A. What happened? Those two Sarutobi people died? Kasina's face turned pale. Too fast, I didn't see the action just now. Even Namikaze Minato, known for his calmness, was dripping with cold sweat at this time. This ninja from the Uchiha family is so strong. Brother's current strength has indeed reached the cage level. Uchiha Fugaku was thrilled. Cage level? Everyone gasped when they heard this, and looked at Li Yue with shock. Dead? Sarutobi Shinosuke, who was sitting on the ground and covered his face, stared blankly at this scene, his eyes full of disbelief. He was not only shocked that Li Yue dared to kill. What was even more shocking was Li Yue's strength. Because these two Sarutobi people are special jonin. In particular, jonin said instant kill is instant kill. How strong is Li Yue? Thinking of this, Sarutobi Shinsuke turned pale, not to mention avenging his companions, he didn't even have the courage to look directly at Li Yue. Because he is afraid. Fearing that Li Yue would make a move, he beheaded him too. What happened? Just when Sarutobi Shinsuke was terrified, a loud shout came from a distance, and then several ninjas wearing animal masks appeared. These guys are root ninjas. After getting Danzo's instructions, Genbu secretly made trouble, let Sarutobi Shinsuke conflict with the security department, and then he'd aside, ready to see how Li Yue would deal with this matter. But what they didn't expect was that Li Yue's method would be so violent, not only slapped Sarutobi Shinsuke, but also killed the other two Sarutobi tribe members. Things have developed to this point, how can the root be unbearable? I was afraid that Li Yue would continue to attack and kill Sarutobi Shinsuke. Yes, it was him, he killed my people. When Sarutobi Shinsuke saw the root ninja appear, the surprise of the rest of his life suddenly appeared on his face. He hurriedly got up, hid behind the root ninja, pointed at Li Yue, and accused Li Yue of his crimes. How dare you, Uchiha Li Yue, how dare you kill fellow villagers in the village, it's lawless. Kangu, one of the masterminds of this incident, stood up and shouted loudly. Big brother, is the root of Elder Danzo. Uchiha Fugaku whispered. Root? After hearing this, Li Yue suddenly realized that combined with everything that happened just now, she had a general understanding of what is going on right now. The reason why Sarutobi Shinsuke would conflict with the Ministry of Security is probably designed by Danzo. As for the purpose? It was nothing more than trying to test his attitude towards the village, and using this to reduce the power of the security department. Uchiha Li Yue, you are suspected of murdering your fellow villager, come with us for investigation. Kangu came with his subordinates. As soon as I entered the village, I sensed a few little mice hiding in the dark and dare not show up. It should be you? Li Yue said with a smile. Kangu's face changed, he didn't expect that he and the others hid so well and were still discovered. But since it was discovered, there was nothing to hide. It is the duty of our root ninjas to monitor Konoha and maintain the stability of Konoha, why hide it? What a duty to maintain Konoha's stability. Li Yue smiled and applauded for several people. Then let me ask you, since you have seen the whole story, why didn't you take action before? When Sarutobi Shinsuke gets drunk and makes trouble, you don't take action. Don't shoot when insulting Uchiha. When the Sarutobi tribe used force against me, you didn't take action. But after I killed the Sarutobi tribe who humiliated Uchiha, you pretended to be righteous. So I would like to ask, is it the stability of Konoha that you maintain at the root, or the stability of the Sarutobi clan? In other words, Genbu and your master, Shimura Danzo, have become lackeys of the Sarutobi clan. Episode 8, Give the Head to the Third Generation. As soon as the words came out, after careful consideration by the people present, they realized that this was indeed the case, and people started talking about it for a while. What that person said seems to make sense. Akamichi Choza couldn't help but said after listening. There is indeed some truth, but even so, you shouldn't kill people. After all, they are all ninjas from the same village. Yamanaka frowned. Why can't you kill them? The other party has humiliated the Uchiha clan. If your clan is humiliated as a watchdog, would you still say that? Kokona, who was on the side, couldn't help but refute when she heard this. Yamanaka opened his mouth and was a little embarrassed. In this world, everyone has a strong sense of family honor. If someone really humiliated the Yamanaka clan like this, and he had that kind of strength, he would surely be like Li Yue. Although it's wrong to kill people, the root is indeed a little too much, or the root really only serves the Sarutobi clan. There was a hint of thought in Namikaze Minato's eyes. Minato, be careful. Precocious Nara Shikajiu whispered. Although there is indeed such a problem at the root, this kind of thing is not something that children like them can intervene. Namikaze Minato fell silent after hearing this. When Minato was silent, Kangu opposite Li Yue was frightened and furious. Unexpectedly, with a few words, Li Yue made himself speechless, and even fell into the situation of being scolded by others. In order to save the situation, he immediately yelled angrily. Shut up! The roots have their own considerations on how to act, and you can't allow yourself to question it. No matter what you say, it is a fact that you killed a ninja from the same village, so come with us. Saying that, he and the other three root ninjas grabbed Li Yue. Presumptuous. Uchiha Fugaku was furious when he saw that the root dared to do it. The other Uchiha people were also very angry, and they pulled out kunai one by one. Li Yue is the future patriarch. And what Li Yue did just now has convinced all Uchiha ninjas. Now that the root wants to move Li Yue, it depends on whether the Uchiha family agrees. Do you want to use the power in your hand to force your hand if you can't say it? You guys have been corrupted by the power in your hands. Li Yue chuckled, lightly pressed his brother's arm holding kunai, and walked towards the root ninja. But you seem to have forgotten. In the ninja world, strength is the truth that determines everything. Clang! The sound of the long knife being unsheathed exploded. Seeing this, the faces of Kangoo and the others changed drastically. They saw the scene where Li Yue instantly killed the Sarutobi family of ninjas just now. Now Li Yue draws his sword again, finally reminding them that Li Yue not only has a sharp mouth, but also extremely terrifying strength. Looking at Li Yue who was approaching, they regretted it for a while. Shape of one, thunderbolt flash. Li Yue whispered, and the thunder exploded. Under everyone's horrified gazes, a bolt of lightning flashed, and when Li Yue's figure reappeared, 4 heads soared into the sky, and then fell heavily to the ground. Instant kill. These root ninjas are the same as Sarutobi ninjas, they were instantly killed before they could even react. Gulu tilde. Good, so strong. Just like before, the battle ended without even seeing clearly. Kukina and Namikaze Minato were shocked. How dare you kill the ninja at the root? Sarutobi Shinsuke, who thought he was safe, changed his expression drastically after seeing this scene. After seeing the long knife with blood still in Li Yue's hand, her scalp became numb, and she backed away again and again, already frightened out of her wits. Why don't you dare to kill? Li Yue waved his hand to shake off the blood on the blade, and then walked slowly under the terrified eyes of the other party. What are you going to do? Seeing Li Yue walking towards him, Sarutobi Shinsuke trembled all over, his face full of fear. Brother! Uchiha Fugaku was also startled and shouted hastily. After all, the other party is the son of Hokage. If his elder brother really killed Sarutobi Shinsuke, then the Uchiha clan would probably have to break with third Hokage. You should be glad you have a good father. Hearing her younger brother's voice, Li Yue paused, then swung her long sword, and slashed the back of the sword on the top of Sarutobi Shinsuke's head, knocking him unconscious. After knocking out Sarutobi Shinsuke, Li Yue turned to look at the tribe. Ming, I'm going to Hokage's office, you take the tribe back to the tribe first. By the way, put away the root ninja's corpse and hand it over to Shimura Danzo. Before returning the corpse, tell Danzo to keep his dog's paws from stretching too far. In case the claws are cut off. Yes, the Uchiha ninja named Uchiha Ming had a frenzied kaido on his face, and then packed up the corpse with several clansmen and left with most of the clansmen. As Uchiha left, the passers-by who were watching saw that there was no good show, and also dispersed in whispers. Let's go, Nara Shijiu said calmly. Namikaze Minato nodded silently. Although he is young, he also sees the conflict between the Uchiha clan and Hokage. The village, which was thought to be harmonious, did not expect these undercurrents to be hidden. Don't think too much, we can't change anything now, after all, we are only genin, and Minato, you are not even genin. Nara Shijiu seemed to have seen Minato's thoughts, and couldn't help reminding. He, Akamichi Choza and Yamanaka Heiai are 12 years old and a genin of Konoha. And Minato is only 10 years old, still studying at the ninja school, and will graduate in a few days. Therefore, it is not something they can interfere with the affairs of adults. Namikaze Minato recovered and put on a gentle smile on his face again. Although I don't want to see the conflict of ninjas in the same village. But as Nara Lujiu said, he is still a student, and these things are far from what he can participate in. After finishing speaking, he was about to turn around and go back to the noodle shop, but after seeing Kakuna who was still standing at the side, he couldn't help reminding. Student Juzuna, some people probably left the noodle shop, are you going to the noodle shop to eat noodles? Regarding this, Kukina did not reply, but stared blankly in one direction. Feeling a little strange, Namikaze Minato followed Kasina's gaze, and then saw Li Yue. Seemingly aware that someone was staring at her, Kakuna came back to her senses. Seeing Namikaze Minato looking at him with a strange look, Kasina's face turned red, as if some secret had been discovered, and she shouted angrily. What are you doing staring at me? Namikaze Minato smiled awkwardly, quickly looked away, and explained at the same time, I just want to remind you that there is a place for the noodle shop. No need, I'm full. Kakuna, whose face was flushed, replied, and then ran away in a hurry. The disliked person finds himself peeking at others. This is so embarrassing. She doesn't want to stay here any longer. Namikaze Minato looked puzzled, wondering why Kakuna was suddenly angry. But without giving him any time to think, the urging voices of Akamichi Dingza and the three came again, so he could only keep his doubts in his heart and re-enter the noodle shop. After everyone dispersed, there were only a few people in Liua left on the street. Fugaku, pack up the heads of the Sarutobi clan, and take Sarutobi Shinsuke to the Hokage office. Liua said softly. Brother, we are. Uchiha Fugaku asked with some surprise. Naturally, I would like to ask, Sarutobi Shinsuke insulted Uchiha as a watchdog, is it Sarutobi Shinsuke's own idea, or a Hokage-sama's idea? Liua spoke lightly, then seemed to think of something, and added with a smile. And, by the way, return the head of the Sarutobi ninja to our third generation. Episode 9, Killing the Third Generation's Nephew. Hokage Administration Building Office. At this time, besides third Hokage Sarutobi Hiruzen, there were two other youths in the office. The three of them frowned from time to time, as if they were talking about something. Suddenly, there was a knock on the door, which alarmed the three of them. Come in, Sarutobi Hiruzen said, and then saw the door being pushed open, and a handsome young man with an outstanding temperament walked in. When the three of them saw the young man, their expressions changed, and the long-sealed memories flooded their hearts. The young man from 8 years ago slowly merged with the noble young man in front of him. Uchiha Liua, that Uchiha genius from 8 years ago. After confirming who the person in front of him was, Sarutobi Hiruzen immediately reacted and showed a kind smile. I heard that Uchiha's ninja went to Hidaka Mountain. At that time, I guessed that Liua, you might return to the village, but I didn't expect you to come back so soon. You must have worked hard on the mountain for 8 years, right? After these words fell, the two ninjas at the table woke up. One of them, a young man with short silver hair and a short blade on his back, walked over full of surprise, and raised his fist to hit Liua's chest. Liua, when did you come back? Why don't you say anything before you come back? Brother Shuo Mao, long time no see. Liua looked at the person in front of her with a smile. Hitaki Sakumo, Konoha Jonin, and Konoha's White Fang who made the ninja world fearful. 8 years ago, when Liua was still in the village, he often formed a team with Hitaki Sakumo to carry out missions. During the missions, Liua was taken care of by the other party many times, so he got to know each other after going back and forth. Mr. Liua, long time no see. At this time, a hoarse voice came, interrupting their conversation. Liua looked and found that it was her old classmate, so she nodded with a smile. Yeah, long time no see, Orochimaru. The cold-tempered young man in front of him is none other than Orochimaru, who has become one of the Sannin, and the two used to be classmates. After greeting the two, Liua looked at third Hokage again, the smile on his face slowly subsided. Master third generation, I'm back. It's good to come back, I won't go out to practice hard in the future, right? Third Hokage talked to Liua with a smile on his face, looking kind. If one only looked at the appearance, no one would associate this person with a dark heart and hypocrisy. No, after all, the Uchiha family needs me. If I stay outside, Uchiha might be suppressed. Liua's smiling Kaido. After saying this, third Hokage, who was originally kind, froze, but soon recovered, still smiling, as if he didn't understand Liua's words. By the way, Lord Third Generation, this time I'm here at Hokage's office. Apart from reporting to you, I have something else to give you. As he spoke, Liua walked to the desk and placed the head of the Sarutobi tribe wrapped in cloth on the table. Perhaps it was squeezed by force, and the blood instantly soaked through the black cloth, staining the tabletop red. Sarutobi Hiruzen, who was originally kind, changed his expression slightly, and Orochimaru and Hitaki Sakumo, who were beside him, also frowned. As ninjas, they know very well what this is. Liua ignored their expressions and opened the black cloth. The moment the black cloth was opened, two human heads came into third Hokage's eyes. This is Gigi and Masao? Sarutobi Hiruzen's face changed drastically, and his arms on the table trembled. Both Sarutobi Tomoki and Sarutobi Masao are his descendants. Although he and their fathers are not brothers, according to their seniority in the clan, they still call him uncle, so he recognized them with just one glance. Looking at the heads of the two, Sarutobi Hiruzen suddenly raised his head, only to find that there was a Uchiha Fugaku standing behind Liua. And Uchiha Fugaku was still holding his eldest son in his hand. Looking at the appearance of the eldest son, he obviously passed out. Liua, what's going on? Hitaki Sakumo also noticed that something was wrong, so he couldn't help asking. Sarutobi Hiruzen reacted in these words, looked at Liua and said in a deep voice, Liua, can you tell me how Gigi and Masao died, and what happened? He is still very concerned about Liua's return to the village. But when Liua came back, he happened to give Orochimaru 2 more tasks, so he didn't know what happened, and he didn't know that Danzo had plotted against his eldest son. I killed it. Liua Kaido without hesitation. What? Liua, you. On the side, Hitaki Sakumo's face changed drastically. He didn't expect to get this answer. He tilde. It's really interesting. Orochimaru turned his eyes around Liua, and then smiled lowly. As Konoha's top fighter, he knows all the shit going on in the village. At the same time, he also knew that the village was preparing to further weaken the power of the Ministry of Security. What I didn't expect was that Danzo just made this proposal the day before yesterday, and Liua rushed back from Rigao Mountain today, and the first thing he did when he returned to the village was to kill 2 Sarutobi people. This drastic method is undoubtedly a declaration of war on Hokage. So he really wanted to know where this matter would eventually go. Is the east wind overpowering the west wind? Or is the west wind overpowering the east wind? Sarutobi Hiruzen twitched, then fell silent. The person who died was his nephew. The Sarutobi family is not a big family, unlike Uchiha, which has a large number of people and a lot of masters. So Sarutobi Tomoki and Sarutobi Masao are already the elite ninjas of the Sarutobi clan. He sent the 2 to the eldest son so that they could protect Sarutobi Shinosuke and at the same time regard Sarutobi Shinosuke as the master. In this way, when he is old, the eldest son can take over the family smoothly. But judging by the current situation, his plan obviously failed. As for the culprit who disrupted his plan and killed his own people, Sarutobi Hiruzen naturally wanted to kill him immediately. But many years of working in Hokage had already formed him into a deep personality, so no matter how angry he was, he didn't show anything on his face, but his tone became low and he stared at Liua. Why? Episode 10, Questioning the Third Generation. Why? You have to ask Master Hokage about your son. Liua faintly Kaido. Shinosuke? Sarutobi Hiruzen frowned, looking at the eldest son who was being carried by Uchiha Fugaku. He had a bad feeling in his heart. Wake him up. Liua rolled her eyes at her younger brother. Uchiha Fugaku grinned, lifted Sarutobi Shinosuke directly, and then slapped Sarutobi Hiruzen twice in front of Sarutobi Hiruzen. Sarutobi Hiruzen's face turned black. He didn't expect Uchiha Fugaku to be so bold as to slap his own son directly in front of him, Hokage. But he could even endure the killing of his nephew, so naturally he wouldn't explode because of this. After several slaps, the comatose Sarutobi Shinosuke woke up. At first the other party was still a little confused, but it was only when he saw Liua that he shivered and came to his senses. Shinosuke, tell me what happened. Sarutobi Hiruzen looked at the eldest son and asked in a deep voice. Old, Dad, no, it's not, Lord Hokage. When Sarutobi Shinosuke saw his father, he trembled and his face turned pale. He was sober and knew what he had done before. At the same time, I understand that if my father knows that he called Uchiha Konoha's watchdog, he will definitely not forgive himself. Explain. Seeing that the eldest son was hesitant and smelled of alcohol, Sarutobi Hiruzen knew that the eldest son must have gotten drunk again, so his tone became severe. Sarutobi Shinosuke shrank his head, his face was full of panic, and he didn't dare to answer at all. Since Master Sarutobi is unwilling to answer, let me answer for him. Liua spoke lightly, then looked directly at Third Hokage without any respect. Sarutobi Shinosuke and his 2 companions not only got drunk and made trouble, but also clashed with the security guards. During the conflict, the 3 refused to obey discipline, and insulted the Uchiha clan as Konoha's watchdogs. What? As soon as these words came out, not to mention Orochimaru and Hitaki Sakumo, even Sarutobi Hiruzen's expression changed drastically. He didn't expect his eldest son to say such words. You must know that after he becomes Hokage, no matter what activities he attends, he will always mention the consciousness of fire, so as to create an image of himself as kind, and loving the village. And what is the core of the consciousness of fire? Just cherish your companions. Now that Sarutobi Shinosuke said this, he was undoubtedly slapping him in the face. And what's more, as the founding family, Uchiha, who manages the security department and is dedicated to Konoha, is scolded as a watchdog. What about other families? What about other civilian ninjas? So if this matter is not handled properly, the image that Sarutobi Hiruzen has built for many years may collapse, and it may even make the village feel alienated. Sarutobi Hiruzen, who knew the seriousness of the matter, couldn't hold back anymore. But before he could open his mouth, Liua asked again. So I want to ask Lord Third Generation, is it Sarutobi Shinosuke's personal idea of regarding the Uchiha family as watchdogs, or is it your idea, Lord Third Generation? After these words fell, the expressions of the people present were all different. Orochimaru still looked very interested, Hitaki Sakumo hesitated to speak, and Sarutobi Shinosuke, who knew that he had caused a catastrophe, was pale. In the end, everyone looked at Third Hokage, wondering how Third Hokage would respond. At this time, Sarutobi Hiruzen's face was ugly. Facing Li Yue's questioning, he was speechless for a while. Seeing that third generation couldn't reply, Li Yue's words became more and more sharp. Konoha was created by the ancestors of Uchiha and the Senju clan. Since the establishment of the village, the position of Hokage has been controlled by the Senju lineage, but I, the Uchiha family, have never complained. Nidami entrusted the security department to Uchiha Kagami, the ancestor of Uchiha. So far, the Uchiha family has worked tirelessly to serve Konoha, managing Konoha's security and patrolling, and there has never been a complaint. Today, the eldest son of Lord Third Generation was drunk and made trouble, and the guards managed by me, Uchiha, only acted according to the law, but was insulted like this. So I dare to ask Lord Third Generation, if you are dissatisfied with my Uchiha clan, and if you regard me as a watchdog like Sarutobi Shinsuke. Li Yue's harsh voice resounded through the office. Master Hokage. Hitaki Sakumo looked at Third Hokage with a serious face. Although this matter has nothing to do with him, he who loves the village and cherishes his companions absolutely does not agree with this statement. Sarutobi Hiruzen hit rock bottom with one heart. He didn't expect this kind of thing to happen, and he knew that once the news got out, the reputation he had built for many years would be ruined. Under the watchful eyes of everyone, although he hated Li Yue who provoked this incident to death, he could not show a trace of anger at this moment, but instead said something nice against his will to appease the Uchiha clan. The Uchiha family is a member of Konoha. Uchiha's contribution to the village is unquestionable. Although more than 30 years have passed, people still remember Uchiha's kindness in establishing Konoha. Remember? Hearing this nod, Li Yue changed his words and became more violent. In this case, the ninja of the Sarutobi clan insulted the Uchiha clan and tried to provoke the relationship between Uchiha and the village. Should such behavior be killed? Hearing this, Sarutobi Hiruzen twitched his face, but he had no choice, so he could only spit out two words in silence. It should be killed. The root ninja turned black and white in an attempt to wrong the Uchiha clan. Should they be killed? It should be killed. Then ask Lord Third Generation again, if I am guilty of disposing of these people with my own hands. No matter how deep Sarutobi Hiruzen's thoughts were, he couldn't help but look a little ugly at this moment, but the matter has come to this point, he has no choice but to say in a low voice. Beheading the person who provokes the relationship between the village is naturally innocent. Good. With Lord Third Generation's words, we can rest assured. Li Yue's fierce look disappeared instantly, and a smile appeared on his face, as if humans and animals were harmless. Seeing Li Yue's smile, Sarutobi Hiruzen was inexplicably relieved. Just when he thought the matter was about to end, he saw Li Yue speak again. Li Yue said with a smile, "Since the Third Generation thinks it's reasonable for me to deal with those people, then as Sarutobi Shinsuke is one of the participants, the Third Generation must also deal with it in the same way?"